So you clicked on this video because you want to know what sellers can take with them when they move. Well, stay tuned because we're going to break it down for you. Hi, it's Griffin with Loudoun Living at Pearson Smith Realty. Some of you also know me as the Loudoun Mom. I'm a top-selling real estate agent in the Loudoun County area, and I specialize in people that are moving, relocating to the Loudoun County area, as well as anyone who's moving in and around Loudoun County. So we're talking about one of my favorite topics today. What can a seller take with them when they move, when they've sold their home? And it's so important to kind of nail things down with your realtor when you're going through a house, because there may be some things that you're looking at when you're looking at a new house and they don't really come with the house. I've been sitting at a closing table where the buyer and the seller are bickering over a TV mount that was still in the wall. The buyer didn't want it. My seller didn't want it. They assumed it was affixed to the house and it stayed with the house. And, it was kind of a squabble over a TV mount. And so making sure those things are included or excluded in your contract here and in your conveyances is so important, because you don't want to be like my clients were and sitting there for an extra hour at closing at that time trying to work every little thing out. Or in my case, when my husband and I bought our house, the seller took things they weren't supposed to, like ceiling fans. We got to our new house the day of the walkthrough and there were no ceiling fans, and there were supposed to be 5. So, at that time we kind of just took a loss and chalked it up to, we're not going to delay closing and cause a big deal. We just kind of moved forward, but it was a shame. I mean, I still remember it to this day. It was 7 years ago. I still remember having to go to Lowe's at night to buy ceiling fans because there were no lights in the rooms. So that does happen. So we know buying and selling a home can be stressful no matter what side you're on. So really knowing what's included in the house is so important. So I mentioned TV mounts. Does it come with the house? Does it not? Curtain rods, do those come with the house? The curtains, a lot of times curtains are bought for that specific space and perhaps even that seller's specific taste. So check with your agent and make sure, is that included in the contract? Mini blinds, or even those blinds that are under sliding glass, or those like panels, are those included with the house? Appliances. See, here in Virginia, sometimes washers and dryers go with the house. Sometimes the seller will take them. Same with refrigerators. Do they come? Do they go? Stoves and microwaves and all those things are already kind of built in. Those always stay. But sometimes the fridge and the washer and dryer can be one of those like questionable items if they're going to stay or they're going to go. One time I did get asked about carpets. So if a carpet is tacked down to the floor, yes, it will stay with the house. But if it's like an area rug or something like that, it will most likely go with the seller. Now, if it's a rug that you really like and it fits the space perfectly, you may want to ask your agent if it's something that the seller might be willing to sell to you or to leave behind. You never know. Now, generally, door handles, light fixtures, ceiling fans, and some of the racks that are actually attached to the wall and garage do convey to the house, but definitely check with your realtor and have everything spelled out precisely in the contract, because you don't want to leave anything to chance. I just had a client who just bought a house recently, and there was a desk that looked like it was built in the office. And we asked the seller just to confirm that it was coming with the house, and actually wasn't built in. It looked to me, it looked like it was built in, but it wasn't. But what the funny thing is, the seller was just going to throw it away, even though it fit the space perfectly, and my buyer really wanted it. So problem solved. The seller didn't have to throw it away because they no longer needed it for their new house, and my client really liked it. So definitely ask, make sure it's all included in the contract, because if it's not in the 4 corners of that contract, it doesn't exist. At this point, you may be convinced that you need a little bit more help with buying or selling your home. I definitely love to be a resource for you. Again, my name is Griffin. I'm with Loudoun Living at Pearson Smith Realty. My phone number is right here, 571-354-7325, or you can email me at this link below, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions about buying or selling here in the Loudoun County area or Northern Virginia. Again, if you have any questions or concerns, love to be a resource for you.